FibonacciTrading.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 522, Nasdaq's up 227, S&Ps are up 76. Let's go over to our man, Mr. Steve Rhodes, as we do each and every Monday at 30 past the hour. And don't forget, folks, Steve does an outstanding show here every trading day, 12 to 1 to 2 Eastern Standard Time. Also has a great newsletter, Mastering Probability. Now, the way you get this newsletter, you come over to our website at TFNN. You're going to go into newsletters. You're going to see Master Probability right in the center there. You hit subscribe. You can get Master Probability for 1 month for $149. You can get it for 6 months for $695, which is a savings of $199. You can get it for a year for $1195, which is a savings of $593 or 33%. They all come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, folks. Everything to win. Steve Rhodes, what's going on?
Well, like everybody else, just surviving, so to speak.
Yeah,
watching where we place our hands, you know?
No doubt. And I guess, unfortunately, on your side of Florida, they're really putting a lockdown on, right?
They are.
Yeah.
Although, it's hard for me to figure out and gauge what we're currently doing over here and what they're now talking about.
And what it means. I know. I was going through it. So in southern Florida, folks, the governor put an order in, a stay-at-home order, but I was looking at the order, and it's hard to comprehend. I know. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So, but most people are certainly doing that. I see a lot more folks, walking through the neighborhood. At least trying. I mean, they've really closed the beach down.
Yes.
For the most part, but everybody else has really just shifted their walk from the beach over just along A1A.
Right. Right.
But everybody's everybody's on edge.
Oh, there's no doubt. There's no doubt. There's no doubt.
When you start listening to the to the news and reports, and last night's, I thought it's pretty interesting how the market reacted last night, because when they came out at around 5:45, I believe, or so, right around there, Trump and the group, and then they started talking about hey, moving this thing out to the end of April,
right?
And then that wasn't the big news, right? It was the 100,000, 200,000 potential deaths, and everybody's looking at the screen seeing only 2,400 so far.
Right.
I mean, that's just like
it
was interesting to watch the market's reaction and so forth. And news is different than the markets, and that's the beautiful thing about the tools that you and I use out here to assess what the market's next intent is. So what I thought we could do is just spend a few minutes here working on our MBA.
Okay.
And we can get this done in a real short period of time. But the MBA that I'm referring to is market breadth analysis, which I think is really important to help us understand what the markets are doing. And so understanding market breadth is helpful. And one of the first market breadth tools that we can use comes from our folks over at TAS, their TAS market profiles. And this here, folks, is just simply a chart for Microsoft. And you've got a daily, weekly, and a monthly time frame. Daily on the left, weekly dead center, and monthly on the right. And you'll see these red, cyan color, and green lines out there. And those represent the market profiles. And what the market profiles represent, the red line, or the top of the profile, is where sellers reside. The bottom, or the green lines, are where buyers reside. And inside that range, you'll see the center line. And at the center, you have both buyers and sellers that believe there's fair value within inside that range. When price is able to break above the top of a box, close above the top of a profile, it tells you that it's beyond resistance. It's beyond the sellers. Likewise, when it breaks below the bottom of the profile, well, buyers weren't able to hold price. So it's very helpful to us to understand what's going on. Now, what's really nice is that the folks over at TAS have taken all of the instruments that make up the S&P 500, the NDX 100, and it allows us to understand for 4 different time frames whether it's market breadth bullish or market breadth bearish. And the way that happens, folks, this here is a chart for a 60-minute time frame. And as of about an hour ago, 220 of the instruments for their 60-minute time frames were trading above the top of those profiles and 109 below the bottom. The green line on this chart here represents those instruments trading above the top of their profile. And so when that green line passes through the red line out there, it gives you a bullish crossover. And then the opposite is true. When that red line closes below the green line, that gives you a bearish crossover. So as we speak right now, the 60-minute time frame is in a bullish position. We have 3 other time frames. This is the 240-minute time frame. In this instance, we have 189 instruments trading above the top of their profile and 67 below the bottom of their profile. So for the 4-hour time frame, it's market breadth bullish. And one of the cool ways to use this tool is to understand what the market breadth is for its specific time frame. And as an example here, folks, this is a 4-hour time frame for the S&P 500. Now, this snapshot was taken maybe about half an hour, 45 minutes ago. And here we have the actual market breadth profiles that, again, the top of the box is resistance or where sellers are at. The bottom is where the buyers are. And what price has been doing for the 4-hour time frame is trading with inside its profile. So if we can get a close above 2611, and I think we're trading right now at about 25.94.
Yes.
So we'll want to watch this overnight. But if price is able, Tom, to close above 2611 because of that bullish crossover that we have for the 4-hour time frame, we should anticipate that price will make its way up to its next resistance level. On my chart, that is 2809.50. So 2611 is what folks should be watching. Odds would favor a close above that. Will take us up to 2809, which is another 200-point move.
It's a big number. Right? No, exactly, and yeah.
So I don't want folks to take a look at this and they look at my screen or what have you and think it's maybe just a small move. Quite the contrary.
Exactly. Right. Right.
So that'll be helpful. Likewise, look to the downside, folks. Now, these profiles will change over time. Right now, what I know is support is at 24.95, and a close below that for 2 bars could actually send price down to 21.79. So we've got these large ranges out there. It really follows through with the ranges and the discussion that you had earlier with the guy from Direction Shares out there.
Yes.
Now, for the daily time frame, folks, we're quite a ways away from having a bullish crossover here. Now, this tool, the market breadth tool, isn't really used to, let's say, time the bottom or time the top. But what it does is it helps us to understand the momentum behind it. So when you're market breadth bullish and you start to see some levels of support fail, a lot of times it's a false breakout of support. So it really helps us. On a daily time frame, we're 87 on the daily time frame trading above the top of their box and 149 below. I'll flip through this real quickly here and get to the NDX 100. The 60-minute time frame has a bullish crossover. The 240-minute time frame has a bullish crossover. So what does that mean? Just coming back to the 4-hour time frame chart. If we can get a close above 78.35, we're at 78.40 right now. Above 78.35 would be a close above the top of that current profile out there. And that would then suggest inside the NDX 100 a move to the 82.05 area. And so I wanted to really kind of focus in on this 240-minute time frame for all of our tigers and tigresses out there that trade the futures markets, because this, I believe, will be very helpful to them in the overnight action.
Oh, yeah.
Out there.
It's a big number, man. It's really cool that the NDX is over, folks, because the NDX, man, that can pull it, composite up, pull the S&P up, pull the Dow up. It seems like, man, that's the heavy lifter, man.
No, absolutely. So the other thing, folks, I'll give you a couple other numbers here. Inside the Dow, ideally, you'd like to see a close above 22,143, and inside the Russell 2000, 1151.70. That would give us some synergy for a further move to the upside.
Ride 'em, cowboy.
You betcha.
Come on over, folks, to TFNN. You're going to go into newsletters. You see Master and Probability right there. Hit that button. You get it for months, 6 months, a year, all with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Steve, you have a great one, safe one. We look forward to the show tomorrow.
Thanks, Tom. You too.
Thank you. Stay right there, folks. Come right back.